Hi, Jody. Grant Putnam here, Putnam Landscape Associates, here at your house here on Thursday morning. Just looking around the health of everything. Just want to point out a few things to you. All right, you've got some hydrangeas here in the front and also the back. Very, very important not to trim these after August 1st. So you actually have to trim them typically end of June, beginning of July, if you want to resize them. But don't trim them off August 1st because you'll lose all the flowers for the following year. Good thing is they haven't trimmed them last year in the fall, so that's good. But going forward, something you should realize. Okay. The lawn, you do have some weeds going through here. Mainly, you've got a lot of ground ivy, especially over in this area over here. If you'd like, we could give you a quote for maintaining the lawn. I think we could do probably a better job than what you have now. This area is very shady, so if you did want to get the grass growing in here, you'd end up having to seed it more often. Okay. Because of the shade. You're familiar with the fact that you've got some dead trees on the right side of the driveway, so at some point you might just want to take those down just from a safety perspective. I would also transplant these dogwood trees. You got one dogwood there, one dogwood there. I move those into the back, maybe in the back hill, because over here they're never going to do well. And they do fill the gap, but you're better off just putting some evergreens to fill the gap. Okay. They're just going to grow into each other, and down in maybe 3 or 4 years you have to cut them down because they're going to kind of grow into a big mess with the white pines. The white pine trees here and here, I would recommend having those pruned back this coming summer. The deal with white pines and spruce trees is they're the type of conifer that they only have their growth buds on that year's new growth, meaning that you can't trim them back more than a reasonable amount without stunting the whole branch from growing again. Basically prevent the tree from growing. So the concept is every couple of years trimming these back, trying to keep their form, and by doing that you won't stunt the tree when you have to trim it in the future. Okay. Everything in here looks relatively healthy. I would transplant this Japanese maple at some point. You can see that they've been aggressively cutting it back. I mean, this tree, just so you know, is still a baby. It's going to want to grow 15 feet wide over time. So you could leave it here for another couple of years, but at some point you're not going to be able to move it because the growth, the root zone is going to become so big you won't be able to move it. So just something to be aware of. Just probably not the best tree for this area because it's going to grow too big. Bird's nest spruce, same thing. That's going to grow way too big. It grows like 5 to 6 feet wide, so it's not the best choice to put it there. Jackmonte birch. This tree requires spring systemic every spring to prevent borers insect. If you do any research, I'll send you a link on an email. But they're very, very high susceptible again to borers insect, and once they get them, it typically will kill the tree. So it's something you usually have to try to prevent versus try to fix after the fact, because usually at that point it's too late. It's a beautiful tree. Wouldn't want to see you lose it, so that's something to think about. Okay.